What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another reading. This is going to be for my Pisces. We're going to be doing a Pisces reading for you guys. My name is Michael, by the way. Let's start this video. So what do you have for my Pisces? Alright, so the first one we have is Mako. Mako happens to be exact for my Pisces. So this message includes, Mako is shortened from the Echo proverb, Mako Ninia, Mata Mur. So I'm just going to be reading the phrase in English. All peppers do not ripen simultaneously. So this could be indicating that everything that you want in life is not going to be happening right away, and that's completely reasonable. You know what I mean? Some things take time. You know what I mean? And sometimes, such as like buying a car first and then buying a house, as simple as that is, could happen with your life as well, right? We also have when you climb a good tree. That came up from my Pisces, right? So it indicates when you climb a good tree, you are given a push. A good deed attracts support, such as like the universe's boomerang effect. When you throw good positive energy out there, in most cases it comes back. Now, this could be, you could be at a store, some negative outcome could happen, like where you're at a store, you're trying to be polite, but somebody's being disrespectful to you, even though you're trying to be polite, and they're just having a bad day, or they're just one of those individuals that just want to cause trouble. Now, in those cases, don't worry, because that will come back to them. You know what I mean? In most cases, when you throw positive energy out, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come exactly from the source that you gave it at, but it's going to come back in different ways. You know what I mean? So that's another thing we got to keep in mind, right? Throw positive energy out there. A good deed attracts support. Next we have is, I can't pronounce this, Akama Natasha, but just take a look at this symbol, right? Take a look at that symbol and applying that to extension of the heart. Symbolize understanding, agreement, trust, and partnership. So there's a reminder for you guys to extend your heart when it comes down to partnership or relationships and things like that. Fellas, women, if you've been hurt and all that in the past, I do have some readings that can possibly help healing that energy. So just stay tuned to that. But it symbolizes understanding, agreement, trust, and partnership, right? When it comes down to relationships, we have to have that agreement and our understanding that we're willing to extend our full heart and our full desires out to this individual. If this person on the other end doesn't want to accept that and doesn't want to do the same, then it's probably not the best place for you to want to build a relationship with a person that typically doesn't want to be tied on. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's more of a general description for that, right? Love does not miss its way home. This is the symbol for love. It does not miss its way home for you guys. For my Pisces, those led by love will never lose their way. So a lot of times that we do things that we love, there's no amount of money, there's no amount of fame, fortune, materialistic things that can deprive us. You know what I mean? When you do something that you're really passionate about, you often find yourself. You know what I mean? And finding yourself, I feel like, is the most comfortable thing to do when it comes down to doing everything that you do, right? Always try to find love in everything you do. So the next we have is he who wants to be king. Take a look at that symbol for he who wants to be king. Memorize that. We're going to apply that to he who wants to be king must first learn to serve. It's kind of like being a boss. The best boss is typically the best worker, right? If you want to start an entrepreneurial business, the best thing I can say is learn to work first. Learn to work hard. You know what I mean? Not necessarily being like so hard where you're just exhausted, but steadily working, consistently working, working on your craft, having that ambition to build it, having that characteristic about you to be creative, things like that. You know what I mean? Typically the person that's, you know, seen as like the best boss or the best manager or whatever, they're the ones that work hardest, or they're the, you know, they're always the ones that, you know, really push good work and stuff like that. So I encourage you guys, if you guys want to seek that title of king and queen and this and that, you gotta apply that same work ethic, right? As the person that's giving you that praise, you gotta either apply the same work ethic or you gotta go a little harder than them, right? So that's called earning the title, by the way. So we have I've kept what I've heard from my Pisces. Take a look at that card right there. Okay, so we're going to apply as a signifies the act of hearing, understanding, and taking into consideration what someone has said. So a lot of times we have to take heed to what people say. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to utilize that information, such as if I told you something about a drain pipe and I'm a plumber, you might have not, you might never have to touch a drain pipe. But you might want to listen in just in case somebody's over there working at your house and they BS you about a drain pipe. You know what I'm saying? So these are the type of things that we want to look out for. If it's valuable information, right, and it could mean something in our lifetime, you might want to take heed to that information, right? Because we could possibly use it. Doesn't mean that you have to necessarily say, okay, I'm going to use this information, so I'm going to listen to it, but more so just hearing it out, right? Next we have for my Pisces is independence. Look at that card, so we can apply that to what we're going to say next. Okay? Independence. Independence comes with hard work. Now, hard work can vary depending on how you look at work and things like that. But what it's really saying is, it's really about being consistent and about finding your niche, right? Because a lot of times it starts off hard, but it becomes, like we ever see somebody that's been doing it for years and years and years, they'll tell you it's easy for them, but when they first started, it was hard. It was like difficult trying to figure out. But once you get your rhythm and you get your foot in the game and you just keep going, you get used to it. You know what I mean? So independence comes with hard work. It comes with just consistent working on your craft and things like that. With whatever it is you do in entrepreneurship, you're working for a job, you want to be independent with your work life, things like that, right? Independence comes with, just being consistent. It's like having an apartment. If you don't know how to be independent with paying bills and stuff, you're going to end up losing it, right? If you don't know how to be consistent, you got to be consistent. You got to pay bills every month. You got to do all this. You'll lose that independency. So being independent is just having that consistent flow of work. God is in the heavens. I want you to know this, I say today. I was going to say this morning, but it's a morning read for me, but it could be a today read for you. It could be whatever time. It doesn't really matter what time. But this is your message. So God is in the heavens, a symbol of hope and a reminder that God's dwelling place is in the heavens where he can listen to all prayers. So just keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? They are up there. They are watching over us. You have ancestors, guidance. You have spiritual guides. You have all these people that's passed over before us as watching us. And just keep that in mind, right? Remember, the sky's the limit, as they would say. So continue to chase your dreams regardless on it. And if you really love it and you're really passionate about it, there is no quitting. You will always wake up to do the same thing because you're going to love doing it, right? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Micah. This was a Pisces reading. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video.